The next PC hardware war is not about one faster GPU, it's about who controls your entire gaming machine. Nvidia is moving beyond graphics cards, AMD is fighting back with platform value, and Intel is suddenly attacking handheld gaming. But here's the twist. The most important announcement may not be the RTX 5090, the RX 9070 GRE, or even a new Ryzen CPU. It may be Nvidia's RTX Spark platform. Because if this works, Windows gaming on ARM could finally become serious. And that could change your next upgrade. Because the question is no longer just which GPU gives more FPS. Now the real question is, which platform gives you the best mix of gaming performance? VRAM, AI performance, power usage, software support, and price? That's where this gets uncomfortable. Start with Nvidia. RTX Spark combines a Blackwell RTX GPU with up to 6144 CUDA cores, a 20-core ARM-based Grace CPU, up to 128GB of unified memory, and up to 1 petaflop of AI performance. At first, that sounds like an AI workstation. But wait, Nvidia and Microsoft are not positioning this as some boring developer box. They're pushing it as a full Windows PC platform with CUDA, RTX, DLSS, Reflex, G-Sync, TensorRT, and optics support. So Nvidia is not just trying to sell you a GPU anymore. It's trying to sell you the CPU, the GPU, the AI engine, the software stack, and the ecosystem around it. RTX Spark is not a normal PC chip. It's Nvidia trying to own the whole PC experience. But there's one major problem. Windows on ARM has always had a gaming issue. Yes, emulation can run many traditional PC apps, but competitive games are different because anti-cheat systems often need deeper low-level support. That's why gamers like Fortnite, Valorant, League of Legends, PUBG, and other multiplayer titles matter so much. And this is where the story changes. Microsoft says RTX Spark will support native anti-cheat from Epic Easy Anti-Cheat and BattleEye, plus expanded Prism emulation and Xbox PC app support. Riot is bringing League of Legends and Valorant. Krafton is bringing PUBG. That's not a small detail. If Fortnite, PUBG, Valorant, War Thunder, and games like Alan Wake 2 can run properly, Nvidia may not do what Qualcomm has struggled to do, make Windows on ARM gaming feel real for normal PC players. But do not ignore this part. Support on paper is not the same as real gaming performance. Frame times matter, driver stability matters, anti-cheat reliability matters. And if too many games still depend on emulation, RTX Spark could feel powerful in specs but awkward in daily use. Exciting technology, but gamers should wait for real benchmarks before trusting it. Now AMD is taking a very different approach. AMD is not trying to own the whole PC in the same way. AMD is fighting where gamers feel pain the most: upgrade cost. AMD confirmed AM5 support through 2029. That matters because a motherboard you buy today could still have future CPU upgrade options years from now. That's a big deal. And AMD announced the Ryzen 7 7700 X3D with 8 cores, 16 threads, 104 MB of total cache, up to 4.5 GHz boost, and a $329 suggested price. Simple explanation: AMD is trying to make X3D gaming cheaper. It probably will not beat the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D because the clocks are lower, but if it stays close to MSRP, it could become a smart CPU upgrade for Counter-Strike 2, Fortnite, PUBG, Cyberpunk 2077, Starfield, Marvel Rivals, and other CPU-sensitive games. This part matters. A lot of gamers do not need the fastest CPU on earth. They need strong one-person lows, smooth gameplay, and a platform that does not force them to rebuild the entire PC. Not the fastest, but possibly one of the smarter AM5 gaming buys. But wait, AMD did something else. It brought back the Ryzen 7 5800 X3D as a 10th anniversary edition for AM4. That might sound strange in 2026, but it makes sense. Millions of gamers are still on DDR4 systems, and with memory prices painful, a drop in CPU upgrade can be much cheaper than buying a new motherboard, new DDR5 RAM, and a new processor. So for existing AM4 owners, the 5800 X3D Anniversary Edition could still be useful. But for a brand new build, it's harder to recommend. At that point, AM5 gives you a longer upgrade path. Great for AM4 owners, less attractive for new PC builders. Now the GPU story gets messy. The Radeon RX 9070 GRE is going global. On paper, it looks like a strong 1440p graphics card. It has 48 RDNA, 4 compute units, 12GB of GDDR6, a 192-bit memory bus, and a $549 suggested price. AMD positions it against cards like the RTX 5060 Ti 16GB. That sounds decent. Here's the problem. The full RX 9070 has more compute units, more VRAM, and a stronger memory setup. And early pricing reports show some RX 9070 GRE cards landing very close to, or even above, full RX 9070 pricing in certain markets. That changes the value equation completely. Because if a weaker card costs almost the same as stronger card, the benchmark chat does not matter as much. The buyer should simply move up. Independent testing also points in the same direction. The RX 9070 GRE can be a capable 1440p GPU, and it can beat some weaker NVIDIA options, but it often sits below the RTX 5070 and clearly behind the full RX 9070. Good graphics card, uncomfortable price. Buy it only if it's clearly cheaper than the RX 9070. Now NVIDIA still owns the Halo product. The RTX 5090 has 32GB of GDDR7, 21,760 CUDA cores, a 512-bit memory bus, and a massive 575-watt power rating. This is not just for a gaming GPU. It's for 4K path tracing, AI workloads, Blender, Unreal Engine, local model work, and creators who can actually use that power. But be honest, for most gamers, the RTX 5090 is not the real battle. The real fight is lower down. RTX 5060 Ti, RTX 5070, RX 9070 GRE, RX 9070, RX 9070 XT, and maybe Intel Arc if the price is aggressive enough. Because most people are not asking, what's the fastest GPU on earth? They're asking, what should I actually buy without wasting money? And that is where Intel comes in. Intel is not winning the desktop GPU war yet, but it is attacking a different lane, handheld gaming PCs. Intel's Arc G3 and Arc G3 Extreme are aimed at handheld systems from companies like Acer, MSI, and 1xPlayer. The features better efficiency, XeSS3 support, pre-compiled shaders, and stronger performance at lower power. That matters because handheld gaming is not just about peak FPS. It's about battery life, heat, noise, and how long a game feels smooth before performance drop. But here's the catch. If these handhelds cost $1,000 to $1,700, performance alone may not save them. The Steam Deck proved that price can beat raw specs when the experience is good enough. Intel has a real handheld opportunity, but pricing will decide everything. So here's the strong verdict. NVIDIA is attacking the entire platform with RTX Spark, AI PCs, DLSS, CUDA, RTX software, and RTX 5090 power. AMD is attacking upgrade value with AM5 support through 2029, cheaper X3D CPUs, AM4 support, and Radeon 1440p options. Intel is attacking efficiency and handheld gaming, where power usage can matter as much as performance. So which side would you choose right now? NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel? Comment one word below, and if you want clear PC hardware breakdowns without the marketing noise, subscribe for the next one.